Hello students, welcome to Notebook. In this video lesson, we'll learn what causes earthquakes and volcanic eruptions. You will be equipped with the practical knowledge to keep yourself and those around you safe during an earthquake. You will also be able to help your friends understand how major landforms are formed due to erosion. Let us now study the chapter, Our Changing Earth. You learned in the first chapter, Our Environment, that the lithosphere is the upper layer covering the surface of the earth. It is made up of rocks and coated with a layer of topsoil. In the next chapter, Inside Our Earth, you learnt that the lithosphere comprises the crust and upper mantle of the earth. However, do you know what lithospheric plates are? Lithospheric plates are portion of the earth's crust and upper mantle that are fragmented into plates. These plates move around on the surface of the earth extremely slowly. This movement is caused by the molten magma inside the earth. This movement of the plates affects various changes on the earth's surface. Did you know that the earth's surface is divided into 13 principal lithospheric plates? According to the source of the forces, the earth's movements are classified into two groups. Forces generated internally from within the earth are called endogenic forces. Exogenic forces generated on the surface of the earth are external forces. Earthquakes and volcanoes are the result of endogenic forces. Such sudden forces or natural calamities result in severe devastation and casualties. A volcano is an opening in the earth's crust. When a volcano erupts, it allows volcanic lava, gases, and hot ash to escape from the magma chamber. According to activity, volcanoes are divided into the following four types. 1. Active volcano. A volcano that has erupted at least once in the past 10,000 years is an active volcano. An active volcano may be erupting or dormant. 2. Erupting volcano. An active volcano that is erupting. 3. Dormant volcano. A volcano that is not presently erupting but due to erupt. 4. Extinct volcano. A volcano that has not erupted in the past 10,000 years and is not likely to erupt soon. When lithospheric plates travel across the surface of the earth, it vibrates. These vibrations are called earthquakes. The point in the crust where the movement begins is known as focus. The corresponding point of the focus on the surface of the earth is known as the epicenter. It is most intense near the epicenter. The strength of the earthquake declines away from the center. Vibrations travel in the form of waves. These vibrations originate at the epicenter and move outwards. It is important to note that there are three types of earthquake waves: P waves or longitudinal waves, S waves, also known as transverse waves, and L waves or surface waves. Earthquakes, unfortunately, cannot be predicted. However, they can be measured. The instrument used to measure earthquakes is called a seismograph. The magnitude of an earthquake is measured on the Richter scale. In case of an earthquake, do you know what to do? The following are rules you must follow during an earthquake. 1. Take shelter in a safe spot. If you are indoors, drop to the ground and take shelter under a sturdy piece of furniture. If you are outdoors, move away from buildings and street lights. 2. Stay away from the glass windows, mirrors, lights, and chimneys. 3. Do not use elevators or lifts. 4. You must stay in your safe spot till the shaking stops. You should also try to spread awareness about the disaster to your close ones. Now that you know how to keep yourself safe during an earthquake, let us look at the exogenic forces that impact the Earth's climate and weather. Did you know that the landscape is continually being worn away by the processes of weathering and erosion? Do you know what weathering and erosion are? Weathering is the process of breakdown of rocks on the surface of the earth by rain, encounter with biological organisms, or extreme atmospheric conditions. Weathering happens in situ or in place with little or no movement. Now students, don't confuse weathering with erosion. Erosion is the process of rocks being carried by agents like wind, water and ice to be deposited later. Erosion and deposition lead to the creation of various landforms on the surface of the earth. Erosion is caused by rivers, glaciers, seas, and winds. Students, now that we know the difference between exogenic and endogenic forces, let us quickly recall their different forms. Endogenic forces are of two types. 1. Sudden, and 2. Diastrophic. Earthquakes, volcanoes and landslides are types of sudden endogenic forces. The formation of mountains and other landforms is the result of diastrophic endogenic forces. Exogenic forces are also of two types. 1. Weathering. 2. Erosional and depositional. Glaciers, rivers, wind and sea waves are agents of erosion and deposition. Now that we have recalled the different types of endogenic and exogenic forces, let us study about the structures formed due to erosion in detail. 1. Rivers. Flowing water helps erode a landscape. When the river water falls at a steep angle over a valley or over rocks, it forms a waterfall. When a river enters a plain, it forms large bends known as meanders. An oxbow lake is formed when a meander loop forms a cut-off lake. When a river floods, it deposits sediments along its banks and forms a floodplain. Elevated banks of a river are called levees. A river may break up into a number of distributaries. Sediments from distributaries collect at a point to form a delta. 2. Sea waves. The erosion and deposition of sea waves form different kinds of coastal landforms. Sea caves are formed by sea waves striking against rocks. Due to erosion, when only the roof of the caves remains, they are known as sea arches. When erosion further breaks the roof and only the walls remain, the structures are known as stacks. A sea cliff is a coast above the sea water. Waves depositing sediments along its shores form beaches. 3. Ice glaciers are known as rivers of ice. Glaciers often carve out hollows after exposing the layer of rock beneath the topsoil. When the ice melts and collects in the hollows, lakes are formed in the mountains. Glacial deposits such as rocks, sand, and silt form glacial moraines. 4. Wind. The wind is the primary agent of erosion in the deserts. The wind forms structures like mushroom rocks, sand dunes, and loess. Mushroom rocks are in the shape of mushrooms, while sand dunes are low hill-like structures. Sand deposited over an expanse is known as loess. Can you name a country with vast deposits of loess? Yes, that's right. The answer is China. Now, are you equipped with knowledge about our changing Earth? I'm sure you are. With that, we come to the end of this video lesson. I hope you are now better prepared to answer questions from this chapter. See you soon on other videos of Notebook. Till then, Team Notebook bids you a warm goodbye.